Well, I decided to come out into the national forest and do some crystal hunting today. But I pulled off at the first pull-off once into this area once the landscape looked kind of right, just to explore the woods. There's some really big boulders out here, but I saw a couple tree snaps. You can see somebody's dug right there for some crystal material. But I thought, yeah, I'm right near a place called Indian Creek. So I was like, yeah, this is going to be a Sasquatch area. It's really peaceful and serene down there. And there's a private property sign down the hill, so I didn't go that way, but I was just doing some bird chirp calls, like, just, seeing if I could get anything to respond. Look at this X. But yeah, just feeling the energy of the area. And sure as shooting, there's a nice teepee down here. You can just feel the vibe when the land is right, when you just know this is cool. There's two structures, when you know there's going to be some activity. That's a hatchet. I don't think that the Forest Service is making these, though. I mean, you get free material, You stand it up, I'll knock it down. It's like a joke. But they cut the tree, it falls down, Sasquatch says, cool, I don't gotta break it. You can see they're doing some major cutting out here. That's fresh cuts on that length of that tree. I was hoping this might be a little bit more than it is. Oh, this is actually more interesting than I thought. Holy crap. It's almost like a den. Whoa. Dude, that is really cool. Look how they used the rocks to create an opening. Leaned up stick, Telltale Forest Service, right? Nope, Sasquatch. Wow, impressive. And I'm telling you, using what's available, the human building material. I love this because I have a bunch of petrified wood that looks exactly like this. And it was probably a piece of wood like that from millions of years ago that got buried that created it. Look at the room in here. Pretty sweet. Huh. The bark removal on that branch right up there. That little skinny one. But it's like a little den. It's all covered in pine needles. They could easily be coming in here, hanging out at night. You don't want to come in and find out. Give them a little privacy. But that's great, huh? You even got the Human Wood Incorporation. Hello, friends. String tie. Wow. Enter the Squatch Zone. Human Wood Incorporation. Per usual. I'm gonna get on with my crystal hunt, but I was telling my friend that I'm going with, I'm like, yeah, dude, Bigfoot's out here. And I'm showing him like little subtle signs, but we haven't came across a teepee yet. So I sent him a video from that Rock Hounding with Bigfoot channel. That's an old Coors pop top. Look at that. Collector's item. And so I think he's, starting to realize what's out here. You gotta be aware of the possibilities, I tell you that. Cool, just on the edge of the road between the private property over by Indian Creek in the National Forest. The rocks only get bigger from here, guys. Me and my buddy were digging the other day, and I was like, dude, did you hear that whistle? The sun was getting down, and it was like, and he was plunking away, and I whistled back, but it's up at this, there's a huge rock formation. It looks like 4 Sasquatch heads. I don't want to give it away because it's near some mining that I'm doing, give away my location, but I want to hike up there. But I know that that would be the lookout area because it's such a sheer vantage. It goes up so steep and planes out at these 4 rocks. It'd be so easy to run around them and get away and then go whatever direction you had to, break visual contact. But pretty cool. The teepee and the den, that is like double goodness in one area. Really appreciate the Squatch loading up the area with structures. Nothing's better than that, All right, y'all. Catch you later.